This is a disclaimer. What you're about to encounter is purely an opinion. Opinions are generally based on lived experiences, and what we're about to encounter is my opinion based off of my lived experiences on whatever topic we're about to encounter, guys. All right? So let's go ahead and jump into this immediately, and please, let's keep it civil.
If you or anyone you know have been affected negatively by Mr. MRLBOYD's personal opinion, please call 248-434-5508.
He left the sword also? I figured he would have at least taken that, because that would have been extremely important.
Where are you gonna go?
Oh, okay. He's still here.
What are you gonna do? Swore a vow.
Aye, I pledged my life to the Night's Watch. I gave my life.
For all knights to come.
Ed, my own brothers. You want me to stay here after that?
So, let's go. Let's go. Right now. It's about to get spicy. And by now John and Sansa have not seen each other in a very long time.
This is good soup.
It's food.
Do you remember those kidney pies old Nan used to make? I wish I could change everything.
We were children.
I was awful, just admit it.
You were occasionally.
I can definitely tell you, Sansa. When I first encountered her character, I was like, ew, I don't like her. And that remained pretty consistent throughout most of the show. I understand that she's a main character. I don't think I really care much for her story, though, right? I don't know. I don't know what it is. Arya is so much better. Like, she's easier to understand than Sansa is, for me personally. I look at Sansa and I'm just like, yeah, terrible stuff is happening to you. Terrible stuff happens to a lot of people. I understand. But I don't know. I just feel more like sympathy and overall remorse for what Arya has gone through, more so than Sansa.
Awful. Where will we go if I don't watch over you? Father's ghost will come back.
I mean, you haven't been watching over her for
what happened?
5 seasons.
There's only one place we can go. Home.
I don't have an army.
How many wildlings did you save?
They didn't come here to serve me.
They owe you their lives.
Oh,
I think they'll be safe here if Roose...
Younger than Bran.
That stabbed you in your chest.
I've fought.
Don't forget that small detail, because without that small detail, it sounds horrible. So you're going to have to give the full story if you're going to tell the fact that you hung a young boy by the neck until he was deleted, right? If you're going to say that, you're going to have to make sure you give the whole story, because other than that, then you sound like a monster, and you're not one in this context.
But I'll do it myself if I have to.
Yeah, you can't do that.
You serve Jon Snow now.
He's the prince that was promised.
Forgive me, my lady, I'd have thought that was Stannis. What happened to the princess?
I saw what happened. Stannis. Just before I executed him.
Oh, spicy. Go. Right. See, guys, listen. These are conversations to be had. He's just going to miss. Yeah, I smelt that coming also. That was a guarantee. Haven't seen him in a while also. It's like a reunion episode. What do we have here?
The Defender of the Vale.
Uncle Peter!
Last time I saw you, Baelish, you told me you were taking Sansa Stark home with you to the Fingers.
On our way to the Fingers, we were set upon by a large force of Bolton men. Seemed to know exactly when we were traveling and exactly whom we were transporting.
Do you take me for a fool?
Yes,
Tell
he
me.
does. This guy should be in no power. I'm sorry. He's not ready for it. There's obviously some type of delay going on here, guys. You know, no power. Zero. Oh, man. I mean, of course, just one more chance.
My friends in the north tell me Sansa has escaped Winterfell. I expect she's headed to Castle.
There's a couple of people that just need to go. Like, I forgot that some of these people even existed because we just don't see them often. there's just a couple of them that just need to just their deletion needs to be expedited slightly.
We should help her.
That was my instinct as well. Our Lord has spoken.
Bro.
As a clever man once told me, we make peace with our enemies, not our
Marine?
friends. We enter these negotiations with open eyes. Trust me, long enough to know.
Not long enough to understand.
No, probably not.
I bought this dwarf
Tyrion,
for a single gold honor.
that was like 3 days, bro.
Somehow,
When we last met, I offered her ships so she could return to Westeros where she belongs.
Friends, please.
Oh, you got a mouth, bro.
There have always been those with wealth and power, and
He's not
those with
wrong.
Nothing.
He's not
That
wrong.
is the way of the world. I'm not here to
You know,
change the way.
say it a little differently.
slavery is the way of our world.
Instead of abolishing slavery overnight, we will give you 7 years to end the practice.
You're making deals for the queen. That's not gonna, bro. You didn't know the queen long enough to even have this type of conversation. Okay, where are we going with this?
Rosa.
Yeah, Daenerys is not gonna like this conversation at all.
Jemosi Jombegon.
You wait so fat time.
Now you invite them to our city and drink wine with them.
I imagine
Sounds
this
like
room
diplomacy.
was built so the rulers could intimidate the ruled. Until she returns from her travel.
When does she return?
Soon. You have my word.
Diplomacy.
Verdi gelisk ilvi crenuntosi.
The wise man. Right. Hey, listen, guys. I understand. You got to do. You definitely have to do what you have to do here. This instance here. Let's see how this turns out. But I know the queen is not going to be like very happy once she finds out that this type of deal was made. Because
Those men respect you.
I highly doubt she'll even honor it.
For a short time.
7 years is not a short time
Not
for a
at all.
slave.
Their contempt is their weakness. They'll underestimate us every time, and we will use that to our advantage.
You will not use them. They will use you. That is what they do.
Like, who knows them better? Probably Grey Worm. I would suspect. Cause
It's hard enough for me, and I'm a young man. You. I don't think your heart could take it.
jealousy?
What do I have to gain? If I win, I'm killed an old man. If I lose, I'm killed by an old man.
Right. Yeah. It's lose-lose. Absolutely.
You didn't get much discipline as a child, did you? That's where they'll have taken her. The Temple of the Doshkalin.
And do you know exactly where that is?
I'm very attached to this knife.
Oh, yeah. I can imagine. Oh, it's so dark. It's so dark. Yeah, you're going to have to end that man, bro. That's a mandatory thing, unfortunately. Where'd the... He kept his blade? I mean, listen, he just saved your life.
Very attached to this knife.
Oh! Yeah, that'll distract them. They won't even look for the stab wound anymore, bro. Don't worry. They're gonna be like, oh, he was deleted because of the obliterated skull.
Hashali vejvena halarun. An hazak memori aji. Yeri kishan makishun.
The Jivos manaskoil the Kashanadrev.
Okay. Where are we going with this? Bro, I'm surprised this woman is still alive. I'm not referring to Marjorie, I'm referring to this woman with the candle here.
Seeking out your family means seeking out sin.
I'm not maligning you. I sought those things out too. To the exclusion of all else.
Why would she not run behind the
father was a
castle
cobbler.
walls?
I used their money to buy a taste of their lives for myself.
That's what happens.
Each time I indulged, I felt myself ascending to something better.
And set out on the path to righteousness.
Probably.
The stranger, verse 25.
Lying in heaps next to their fine clothes, the truth of their bodies laid bare. It's all part of a story. A story I was telling myself about who I was.
Okay.
A collection of lies.
Then you decided to become some type of, cultist faith leader, kidnap people, hold them into chambers, and force them into, and hold them long enough for them to potentially come around to see that your faith is the faith that they should be living by. It was whatever your faith dictates, they have to be forced to adhere to it, right? It's all nonsense. It's all cultist nonsense. And you're holding this woman and not releasing her while not allowing her husband to even see her. So there's nothing beneficial with what this man is saying. There's nothing. I'm looking for like the good in what he's saying, and all I hear is nothing.
I was trying to climb
Like his morality does not dictate someone else's.
So what did you do?
Became a cultist.
I left to go and find them.
I almost forgot about his existence also, guys.
Listen to me. You need to stay strong.
Just make it stop. That's the most important thing. You are beset with enemies, both within and without.
What are you doing here?
I am advising the king on our current predicament.
Leave.
I am a member of the small council.
And you are not.
King.
Is this a small council meeting?
That will be all for now.
Your Grace.
This is not smart, but, you should listen to anyone else but your mother in this instance. I'll let you know right now. Unless your mother is saying, let's go delete all of them right now. That's the only thing that's probably relevant that she could say, guys.
Since I've missed the past several small council meetings.
We need to be careful in dealing with such a man to prevent things from escalating any further.
Okay.
What did they do to me? To the king's own mother?
Oh, God, guys.
It's all right.
Listen, for the sake of his wife, he probably should kind of relax a little bit. Maybe not instantly delete them. Okay, hold on, because he's right a little bit, right? In this instance, he's right. She is just selfish, and she doesn't want Marjorie to even be alive. So she's just like, hey, go and instantly delete them all, and whatever happens to Marjorie doesn't matter. Why? Because then I can be queen again. Imagine, guys.
In the past, Marjorie's safety is paramount.
Not to you.
You don't like Marjorie?
No, because she's no longer queen.
Whether I like her or not, it's completely unimportant.
It matters in this context.
Marjorie is the queen. No respect for anything in this world. He has no use for the things of this world. He wants to knock them down and replace them with what? With fantasies.
Cultist nonsense.
Beggars in the street. With nothing. I am your mother. You can always trust me.
You have been stripped of your dignity and authority, publicly shamed, and confined to the Red Keep. What's left to work with?
Cersei is the mother of the king.
Now the future of the Seven Kingdoms rests in his dirty peasant hands. In a few days he'll have a trial for me. But before that, Queen Marjorie will make her walk of atonement.
That cannot happen. That will not happen.
I agree.
Were you expressly forbidden from standing down?
I mean...
Of course I want him back.
I don't know, bro. Lancel? Hey, listen, I'm down for destroying a cult. Every cult. Every single echo chamber, destroy him, bro. this is not going to turn out well. Like, no chance, guys. Because the fact that Cersei is behind, like, planning all this stuff, guys, nah, bro. There's nothing. I don't see this turning out positively. Your father's not there, bro. Does he know yet?
They told me you were home and I didn't believe it. Look at me.
I'm sorry.
You were my brother.
Were.
You were a spoil and you betrayed me.
I know, and I'm sorry.
Stop saying that. Why did you come here?
Where else could I go?
You heard father was dead and you thought you'd claim the crown. You think any Ironborn wants you to be king? After what you've done?
I don't want to be king.
What do you want?
Probably just to be home.
I should have listened to you. You're the only one.
That doesn't matter anymore. Stop crying. Look at me.
You should rule the Iron Islands.
I thought that was already a guarantee. This is not even a conversation worth having right now. He just wants to be home, guys. That's it.
You know who I am?
A lord.
Yes.
You eat them after.
No.
And I've seen worse.
Right. Right. The Thens. She's seen worse. Guaranteed.
I served his family a long time, didn't get no wages. Way I see it, I'm owed.
Be that as it may.
You're not going to
Rickon's
get
not
no
yours
money
to sell anymore.
from him.
He's mine. So what use could I possibly have for you? You're a good talker.
I don't think she's going to last long, bro. Because, like, the last time this type of thing happened, and she ended up looking at the knife and then grabbing a knife and then deleting the guy. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work with this guy here. That's just not going to work. Wow. Oh, buddy. Yeah. I mean... Let's bring a character back just to delete them. That's crazy, guys. There are levels to it. Obviously. But that's crazy. Right. He wants your cookies. Mm-hmm. He does. There's no doubt.
A letter for you, Lord Commander.
I'm not Lord Commander anymore. You allowed thousands of wildlings past the wall. You have betrayed your own kind. You have betrayed the North. Winterfell is mine. Come and see. Your brother Rickon is in my dungeon.
Oh, no. Yeah, all right. Well, I guess you're about to get an army now.
Go on.
Just more of the same.
You will watch as my dogs devour your wild little brother. Then I will spoon your eyes from their sockets and let my dogs do the rest. Come and see. Ramsay Bolton, Lord of Winterfell. His father's dead.
How many men does he have in his army?
I heard him say 5,000 once when he was talking about Stannis' attack.
How many do you have?
That can march and fight. 2,000.
Northern families are loyal. They'll fight for you if you ask.
I mean, they tried that with Jon.
We have to go back to Winterfell and save them both.
Now you're about to go get an army. Let's do it. I honestly believe that a lot of people, a lot of other families would probably ride with him. For real. Okay.
Eski Silvejun Kaisalime. Mori Vandalan Khrazef. Mioske mich Kishi. Misigere to Shon Khaled.
Has Jerry in staat rector gakana?
Min ajo me khaldrogo asas koi me khashati farazaji. Kash viritiviti hira se vason.
Vos mana vos khal. Ana voka ki yeri. Machin anha vinok.
Okay.
Hier haar chef kishi.
The horses. All right.
Hey, get your fee.
She's a little crazy though, guys. I'm sure we can shake on that. This is a little crazy. All right. They called her crazy for the wrong reasons, very specifically, right? But she's a little crazy, guys. She's wild, actually. Oh. Okay. Like, I mean, this is pretty much an example of why I don't back her being the most powerful person in this very specific universe. I don't back her because, I understand you did what you had to do to kind of get out of whatever the situation you're currently in, right? You just deleted all of the people who could have possibly been like the ruler of the Dothraki. So then by definition, you probably will end up being the ruler of said Dothraki, right? But you're a little crazy. A little, just, wild. Don't let that woman live. She's going to walk out unscathed, obviously. Naked? Oh, yeah. Completely. Her clothes burnt off. And then the other guy is now seeing this craziness for the first time, too. Mind blown. Oh God, guys. Listen, they're endings. Again, I'll never get used to it, I don't think, at least, right? Okay, so now what do we do now? Her army just, 100,000 Dothraki have just been added to her already existing army. Now what will the Masters do, right? How will she respond to being, to Tyrion's offer? Guys, there's so many things that are interesting happening here, right? I don't know what's going to happen to Rickon. It interests me, definitely, because now, obviously, Jon is going to have to build an army with the wildlings and the other families that are surrounding it to go and, obviously, hopefully dispatch Ramsay, right? Because it is now mandatory that he's gone also. A couple of them just need to just go. Littlefinger, go. The Boltons, go. Or actually, what remains of the Boltons, and obviously the Karstarks also, because apparently they have blood relations to the Starks, and they themselves don't care about their blood relation to the Stark. I don't even know. I'm just so flustered. I'm just so flustered, guys. Right? It's getting really good. All right, it's getting really, really good, and I absolutely do not back any leadership role of Daenerys. I'm sorry, right? I'm sorry. I think she's crazy. In every way humanly possible. I think she's crazy. But either way, listen, if you guys want to see the full-length version of this reaction, it is on Patreon at the 2nd tier. And you guys all have an absolutely amazing day and enjoy your day thoroughly.